Wait, it is actually going live.
You are live.
Wow. We're just rolling right into it. Okay.
Lighting's kind of off.
Yeah, but that's okay. All right, so we were just having a really awesome conversation. And so I figured we can share that.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you had to come up with a title, what would it be?
Creating our story or writing our story.
We are writing our story. Is that what spoke to you earlier?
Yeah, I think that's where it kind of started, where you said, we're writing our story, and you asked me where I pictured ourselves in 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like we've had a lot of conversations about growth, but we never really talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so easy to get like wrapped up in just the day to day.
I'm just thinking about our mission and our purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that question for me kind of comfort, because I'm just thinking 10 years from today, like how different everything was. And the beauty of not knowing what the future holds is the possibilities that are open.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I could ever imagine that I am where I am right now 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's like, the external reality that can be anything. But I think the most important thing is that we envision who we want to become, and just be that person, and don't worry about the external factors. Just show up, and just be like the most true, the most authentic version that you could possibly be, with like, your spirit and yourself, and just trusting yourself and trusting your journey. Like you've taught me so much about that, and our relationship has. And so I was actually thinking a good title for this could be like just the subject of soulmates. How like we are put into each other's lives. Like you and I have had just amazing experiences, just our worlds colliding and acquiescing with each other.
Yeah. And even just knowing what to do with that, because, there's been times where we know that we're meant to be in each other's lives, but it's navigating that and understanding, what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So what comes up for you when you think about that?
I think that one of the things that we were talking about was kind of you believing in me. And that feels really great to have your support, and for you to believe in me kind of, encourages me to believe in myself as well. But with that, I was kind of thinking that the one thing that you believe in me is something that, is uncomfortable for me. Like believing in my ability to share, to make an impact, to lead. Because I'm definitely more of a fly under the radar type.
Yeah.
And I think that's just my programming, where I know what I have to do and I just do it. And like, that's it. I don't necessarily know how to advertise it, or like not advertise it, but, share my story along the way. Like even Instagram. Okay. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah.
When we first started dating, I think I had 7 followers. And I was so proud of my 7 followers.
Oh my God.
Because as a former teacher, my goal was to not be found on social media. It was, maybe like my sister and like two good friends and, family. And so I saw how many people you had as friends, and I'm like, whoa. And so when I switched my mindset over to real estate and now networking and connecting with other people, I mean, the first time that I got 3 friend requests, I was like ecstatic.
Yeah.
And so now I see the value in that, but even that is outside of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely something that I've always admired from you.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to now believe in myself to step into that kind of role, it's definitely a challenge that I'm looking forward to.
Well, I believe in you.
Thank you.
I know. I mean, all of this is meant for us. I mean, we have so many amazing things going on, and it's just a calling for us to be just grateful, humble, and just willing to be useful.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be of highest and best use, and whatever happens from there, I just trust in. And like, I just trust in you so much. So just thank you for being amazing.
We're gonna get all mushy.
I know, but you know what? Like, I don't really care who watches this video, but like, imagine how cool it would be for this to be something that Christian and Denver watch. So, like, I think that's a really cool intention going into something as vulnerable as sharing stories, and just sharing our experiences and just allowing them to be real. It's always a trustable journey. So it's like you have to go through those things in order to experience that abundance that's on the other side of, the challenges and it's really just challenges within ourselves. When we get into alignment, we really appreciate and just be like, I surrender to this. This is amazing. It's like, I'm here for a reason. So my calling is just, let me be the best person I possibly could be in each moment and just trust myself and just allow whatever happens from there just to, it's all part of the universe.
I like that.
Yeah. Me too. That's why I said it. So, yeah, I think just like soulmates, I believe that they are meant to be there. They're obvious. Like we were just talking about the feelings that we were having about each other that we didn't really even understand. Like, man, I can't, like, I can't imagine my life without this person. Like, this person is so important to me. And I think you and I were experiencing that. And we didn't really know why. Because we had some challenges, and we were just like, yeah, we just kind of had to surrender to it. And then we made a baby. That pretty much solidified it.
Yeah. A beautiful boy.
I know. Yes, and our job is to serve him and Christian and just everybody. Like, we're just called to serve. So I think your journey of having a voice, having an influence, and you're just an amazing person, and to know you is a blessing. It's truly an honor, and this is a great platform for you to share who you are. You're amazing.
I'm looking forward to that, because I think that meeting you initially, like anybody would do, but I did the Facebook stalk, the Instagram stalk, and when I was watching your videos, I think that was one of the things that attracted me to you. And like, even getting in your car to go to dinner, like, the music, the singing, like, that type of voice that you had and the presence that you had, like that was really calling to me, because that was something that I aspired to do, but like I find myself that I can't get out of the shell. And so I don't think I'm necessarily timid, maybe, because I mean, I can do public speaking, but to be more vulnerable and to be open, like that was definitely a blockage for me. And so you doing that was kind of giving me life. Like I felt like that invigorated me.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate that. And thank you for bringing that into my awareness.
Yes. Yeah, this is your life now.
Yeah, sitting in the middle of the night on YouTube Live.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's 10:42. Jeez.
It is way past our bedtime.
Seriously. I feel like that mint keeps like rubbing off of my lips. Anyway. Yeah, and I think that's like a perfect example of how soulmates can come together and be like, wow, you know, like we share each other's energy. And so we're so connected that like when I'm feeling something, you feel it too, and vice versa. And, you know, to use that to our advantage, like let's give as much of ourselves to that, you know, and just focus on showing up more powerfully and more true, and allowing that process to unfold.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot of things going on right now.
We do. And the one thing that I learned from you going into real estate was like your love for it, and the fact that the sharing. Like I don't think you were ever once afraid or, you know, withheld information from a friend or a colleague about how you did something. And I definitely had that scarcity mindset going into it. And I mean, this is a whole nother conversation, but we're doing great things. And I think that sharing our, you know, what we're doing and sharing how we overcome certain scenarios, because I mean, we juggle so much, and I think we're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's definitely not easy and it's not difficult, but there's a lot to our day to day. So just, you know, sharing our wins and sharing our struggles.
Yeah.
So that, you know, maybe we can make an impact on somebody else's life.
Yeah, I agree. I think that is, if we just come back to the one question of, is this my highest and best use? You know, that I think makes everything else more clear. You know, and the journey is like, it's very trustable.
So trustable.
I love you, Mama.
I love you.
Oh, look at that. We're so connected.
So we'll see what in 10 years everything looks like.
What does 10 years from now look like?
I don't know.
Like, you know, let's start with Christian in Denver.
Just to even think.
Denver will be 10. Christian will be 16. He'll be driving.
Driving? Oh, my goodness.
He'll be driving to high school.
Wow.
And then maybe a 7-year-old. We're going to look back on this video and be like, look at that. He called it.
Yeah.
Living in our house in Fort Pierce.
Yes, our home. I mean, should we talk about our home and just how everything has fallen into place just beautifully?
Yeah, that's been really cool. Yeah, like the house popped up out of nowhere, and we didn't find the house. The house found us. It made its way to us, and it was everything that like we were like visualizing what kind of house we wanted. And we're just like, yeah, let's just throw it out there. Like this is what we want. And like, I really wanted my 3-car garage.
And I wanted that front porch, which was very rare for us to find.
Yep. And on an acre of land or more, acre and a quarter.
Yeah.
And so many other boxes, I feel like it really checks off. And I mean, there's some extras in that property that I'm like, wow, that's going to be amazing for our boys to grow up with.
Yeah. And how beautiful was it that we had gone under contract. We hadn't told Christian yet really about the house. We go to his field day. Christian has never played basketball before, like, no competitive sports or anything. And we go to field day and he's
sinking them, like just crushing it.
One after another.
Literally back to back. Like, I'm not even making that up. Like, I think he did like 4 in a row.
4 in a row. I mean, there's no other
serious?
kindergartner making shots like that.
Yeah. And I've never seen him even touch a basketball except for the little rubber basketball, little blow up thing.
Yeah. I mean, the last time I really played with him was, I mean, he plays with like a little Tykes basketball hoop. Yeah. But I mean, we're talking about an elementary school playground hoop. And so seeing that and then our home have a basketball court, that really kind of brought it all together.
Yeah. And it, I mean, it's actually the worst time right now for us to buy. There's so much other stuff going on, between like not sleeping with Denver, like that's been a blessing, but the challenges are, they take a toll.
Yeah.
And for us to be, who we're meant to be and just doing what we feel called to and being of highest and best use, like it's it demands energy. And so I think that's been a really great experience to figure out how we can support each other in that and handle all of it.
Yeah.
Like we're planning a grand opening party where, like
yeah,
we're super busy with our team, and, a lot of people are also wanting to join us. And so trying to figure out a great process for that. Like that's, that's been a lot. Yeah,
there's definitely a lot happening. But I really like what you said, and it was, allow ourselves to receive the abundance.
Yeah.
Because we have worked hard, and where we're at right now, like, let's just receive it with our arms wide open and not like, the reasons as to why it's not a good time.
Yeah. And it's all with the understanding that we can create anything that we want, and all we have to do is just say yes, and everything manifests the way that it's meant to be.
Yeah.
And allow the lessons to be learned along the way. And it's just, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah. And actually the purchase of the home has kind of made us, dial in our business more, kind of dial in where our attention goes. Like, I mean, you have been so dedicated, and we're really kind of taking a look at everything with a little bit of a different perspective now.
Yes, I agree.
And it makes me want to work harder on my admin side, just so that I can create a schedule where I do have that flexibility to now enjoy our home with the boys. So, it's making me dial in on our systems and like, how do I make sure that everything is, going to run smoothly and of highest and best use, so that I can, use my time appropriately and be present for them when they're home from school.
Yeah. And then also, like, the next part of that journey, I feel like, is leverage. How do you leverage yourself and, amplify your influence so that, you can have an impact on many, many people that could be all of us moving us forward in that direction.
Yeah. And I kind of like have my, what do you call that? Your niche or niche?
Niche, yeah.
I have my niche when it comes to, I mean, I'm handling 22 files right now.
I feel like is there white stuff right here?
Yeah.
There is. Oh, this is embarrassing. I don't know why that does that. Anyway. Whoever watches this will be like, does he realize that there's some white stuff right there? That looks ridiculous.
It's from your mint.
I know. But yeah, I think it's all meant for us, like I think you said it beautifully. Just welcome it with open arms and just allow whatever experiences need to happen, just allow them to happen. But yeah, I definitely feel called to just saying yes, because it's all what wants to be done.
Yes.
Very trustable journey.
So 10 years from now, let's see, we're going to have grown children, which is making the mother part of me very anxious.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of goes back into perspective. Like, if in 10 years we're going to have a 16-year-old who is driving, like, how do I show up the best that I can for him in those 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we instill values in our coconut water?
I was going to say, it's not breast milk, is it?
Breast how do we make sure, like, this is the time where we're teaching them how, like, everything we do, they see.
Yeah.
So, like, how we handle stress, how we handle success, all of these things are learning blocks for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that really kind of makes me want to make sure that we are doing everything we can so that they grow up with these great values. Yeah. I mean, a lot of our conversations about real life come mostly from your experiences with your parents, their journey. And I mean, anybody that knows the DeVries family, I mean, absolutely amazing.
It's an honor.
Your mom and dad, I mean, everyone in your family is just beautiful. So for you to look back at their journey and, use that as a building block for our family, like, that's what we're teaching our boys.
Yeah.
So I definitely, in 10 years, let's see, I would love to have more rental properties. I think that's a goal.
Nice. How many? In 10 years.
In 10 years.
10 years from now.
10 years from now. We're going to manifest this, right?
Yep. Okay. This is what we're doing.
Let's see. In 10 years, I would like to have, let's see. I don't want to overshoot and I don't want to undershoot. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm analytical.
Where's your heart taking you? Listen to that.
Okay.
That's trustable. What feels right?
5.
5. Beautiful.
5. We're going to have our first rental property as of this month.
Yep.
Which we're recording in right now. Actually,
it's probably not going to be rented out until next month.
Okay. Next month, we will have our first rental property. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would like to have 5 rental properties. So we're just having, what's that called? Passive income or?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, my goal is really to be able to have like an admin crew, an admin department.
Yeah.
And, I think that.
Do you know how many people?
How many people? Let's see.
Like, I'm imagining mini Jennifers.
Oh my goodness.
Mini lead Jenns.
Mini lead Jenns. That would be amazing.
Yes.
I mean, the systems that we have and what we're capable of doing, like, that would be so beneficial. Okay, so I would like an admin department of 4.
4.
4 other people plus me. That's 5. I'm feeling the number 5 today.
Yeah. Because you'll probably be doing several hundred transactions.
Okay, so I'm managing 22 files right now, so 5 of me. So 4 of me can handle 100.
Probably even more once you streamline
the process.
Yeah, I think 4 could actually handle probably maybe 300.
Yeah, and you know what? I would love to train admins for other teams too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely
like your video the other day. You should post that.
Yeah.
Type in the comments to post it.
That's what we're talking about. Like I'm trying to figure that out, and I don't know if anybody can relate, but when you record yourself and then you see it, I think we are our own worst critic.
It's actually like a very vulnerable experience. It's like, oh no, why am I seeing myself like that?
You saw, I was so, like, it caused so much stress.
It's like we're facing ourselves.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to make that a priority. I'm going to post that video.
Yeah.
Before the end of the month, I'm going to post it.
I totally think you should.
Look me up on YouTube. I think my name is Lead Jenn.
I love that. So, and what kind of stuff is Lead Jenn all about?
Lead Jenn is all about how to organize your business in the admin section. I'm going to walk you through contracts. I'm going to walk you through transaction coordinating. And I'm going to walk you through hacks because, how can you, like, the video that we're talking about is making the transition and kind of documenting our story as we make this transition because, I am very frugal and,
which is perfect though, because I'm not.
Yeah. And I think
it's like a beautiful equal and opposite.
Oh, it's perfect because now we have to find the balance of what is, the best version of something while getting the best price. Because you're not letting, like, our grand opening, like, I was like, okay, we'll just have, some drinks and some appetizers. And you're like, no, we're going full open bar with buffet. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not going to be a bullshit party. Like, this is going to be legit. People are going to be talking about this for years.
Yeah, so then and I think that I honored your vision and I respected that and I received the abundance. So at that point, it wasn't okay, how do I cut this? No, it's let's make... It's 11 o'clock.
That's 11 o'clock.
It was more of let's make this happen and what are some strategies that I can use?
Yeah, what have you learned in that?
I have learned that relationships are very important. I mean, we've gotten some great sponsors. I'm learning about, very, paying attention to that detail that can make a difference.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get on a call with all of our sponsors via Zoom.
Okay, I'll organize that and put it in the calendar.
Thank you.
You know what? We should do a video about time blocking and calendars. I mean, there's so much.
I have like 3 videos on time blocking.
Oh, perfect. Check out his videos.
Yep. Check me out.
Check him out.
That's right. I'm really curious to see the audio quality of this.
Yeah, the microphone's pretty far.
Yeah, but we'll refine it as time goes on.
Yeah. Okay, so what else in 10 years? So we're going to have 5 rental properties, maybe add another baby. Our dream home. Oh, in 10 years, our dream home will have some upgraded versions of it. That's exciting.
Yep. Detached garage.
Oh. Sure. After my new couches, my new bedding.
Yeah. New countertops.
Yeah, just everything.
Just complete overhaul.
Ooh, you know what? A new car.
No more Kia? That's got a 10-year warranty. You'll be driving that in 10 years. You're good.
See you at IKEA. So I got IKEA because it was an affordable third row car, which is great. I love it. But ideally.
Yeah, ideally, what is it?
Ideally, let's see. Oh, I don't know. I want to kind of go outside the box. So I'm going to need to think that
you could also have two.
Not really feeling called to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably going to be running between sports in 10 years with kids.
Mm-hmm. Cadillac Escalade.
Yes. I don't know what car that is. I just said yes.
the big Cadillac SUVs, they look like Suburbans.
No, too big for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minivan.
A minivan.
You would love a minivan.
I would love it. There's like so many personalities within me that I can't figure out which one I want to be.
Right.
Like there's a version of me that's like a crunchy mom that, is just, in a minivan that is like brushing teeth and like being at home all day. And then there's the version of me that is like professional and like I just want to crush it at work and
Yeah.
So it just depends what mood I'm in that day.
Yeah.
So at least it's only two personalities. Could be worse.
Yeah. That would actually be very fun. I would invite another personality. Yeah. 3 makes a party.
Okay. I can make that happen.
Let's do it.
Pull out that Espanol.
Oh, yes. That is the alter ego. We should absolutely manifest. Right.
Okay. We have gone from the 10 years.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's get back on subject.
Okay. So rental properties, new car, home, some quality time with the kids. I'd love to have a free schedule, operations end that I manage, but I'm not necessarily, doing the tedious task.
Yeah, you have like a manager that reports to you.
Yeah, I would love that. And, that takes some time and effort because I would want everyone to, it's one of those things where you don't think anybody can do the job like you can, but that is false. If you create a system, everybody can do your job.
Yeah,
anybody
and
can.
Actually, the I believe the ultimate testament to a great leader is, can you make them better than yourself?
Ooh.
And that is what drives me. Like, I want everyone that I'm with be better than me. Because there's a highest and best use. If you're better than me, you deserve to be in that place. And, like the value that I bring, if somebody can be better than me, that's when they take over.
Yeah.
So
what about you? Where do you see us in 10 years?
I definitely see us making a really big impact in Fort Pierce. And maybe even Vero Beach.
Okay. So we're kind of going to be spreading.
Yeah, and expanding. that'll just be, I think, a byproduct of the influence that we have in, definitely in our area and in our state, and then, I think we'll be able to do a lot of great things all over the world. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but that is a calling that I'm not attached to necessarily at looking like that, but there's no reason why, like, the universe wants that. And so it's going to be, if I'm just listening and just showing up, that will manifest. So I think it's going to manifest with me building EXP.
Yeah.
I believe that EXP has a great future, and it's so agile that we can create whatever we want to create.
Yeah.
And it's really beautiful. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a big presence that we have locally And I think I'm just going to really enjoy being a dad in those years.
Yeah.
You know, where I'll have some leverage, I'll have some freedom, I'll have some influence, and I can, you know, I just imagine me being very powerful in each of those roles that I play, you know, because that's my intention, is just to continue building myself and taking out where the ego is, and just allowing myself to listen and to be of highest and best use.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a very abundant time. And
yeah, and that'll be a perfect age for us to travel with kids.
Yeah.
Like, you know, expose them to
traveling at least like probably like the equivalent of a month out of the year. Just having different experiences, all of us, you know, broadening our awareness.
Yeah. Like I really love kind of like what Rob and Lauren do, where they can work remotely from a different location, and they kind of, you know, Sedona for a month.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work out with kids in school though, but
we'll make it happen.
Okay, what else do you see in about 10 years?
10 years, I see a really great sphere of influence, really great friends, have, you know, leading families like our family in a really strong direction.
Yeah.
You know,
just and how great to get other people on board, you know, so that they can enjoy time with their families.
Yeah. Yeah, like be a family that impacts families is like really resonating. So, and also be a business, you know, that inspires other businesses.
Yeah. I really liked the little masterminding you had this morning with our teacher program. That's a great way. I mean, I was a teacher for a decade, 10 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's definitely,
I think people would be excited about that.
Something that just is really dear to my heart, especially because I went into teaching for the love of it, not because I honestly never thought I would be a teacher. But I just love the field so much, and I love the relationships and the students. So to be able to give back to that community, it feels really good. Yeah. You know where I want to see myself in 10 years? DLG Cares.
Yes. So did you hear me talking to Tom this morning?
I did not.
So I said, I want to call it the DLG Cares grant program. And it's going to be like in partnership with the Education Foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so DLG Cares is kind of what we're calling our, you know, our department that's going to do more of the, what do you call that? Like that volunteer work, that give back to the community type of stuff is kind of what DLG Cares, the idea was formed around. So I would love to, you know, as I can step out of the admin role, as we get, you know, people in our admin department, I would love to do that and kind of just, you know, put my heart into that.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, DLG Cares could be a really cool organization. I could see that. And I could see you being so perfect for that role. You know, just expressing that giving heart.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready for bed, and it's 11:11.
Oh, me too. I'm so glad you said that.
Yes, it is time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's the Dean and Jen show.
Wait, do you have a little dance or anything?
Yeah, go ahead and do a dance.
Oh. I don't think anyone wants to see that.
All right, bye.